on the subject of maximum velocity of sin in the alive of myself. There are the strangers who do know myself, who sin more than the strangers who I've never seen in my life. Lifetime television network for women. I am on the subject of JoEllen Meyeroff, Fire Off. She is below the threatening of Donna because she maliced somebody she knew was a 4-year-old in front of herself, as though everybody has a birthday and they're all born on their birthdays. But the population expansion is so great that that can't possibly be true. Including internationally, in all of the words of languages and words by anyone who looks like Asian or Black or other. What about Indian? I don't have karma this way, but JoEllen Meyeroff maliced myself, and Mr. Meyeroff didn't tell me what it was because it wasn't in order yet. It's still not in order because she's not myself. She's doing a crime as if she has the insurance that she is myself. I can do a crime because I am myself, but I don't have a crime due. I haven't done crime because it's not due to do crime. I'm not due in crime because I was a child and the body doesn't, it's not a male. If I was a male, I would do crime. If I'm female, I don't have a crime due. I have that I'm not created that way. I am being created by the superior founder above myself. I am the soul of the superior founder, and I'm not created to do any crime. I do things for food, which are illegal, but it's not doing a crime on somebody because I don't have any such crime due. So what happened with JoEllen Meyeroff? I don't have that this body could tell you. I'm the overlord who knows what the threatening is, but I can't tell you anything else. For what it's worth, JoEllen is just one of the 4-year-olds that I met in kindergarten. I met her when I was 5. Not met, we didn't speak, but I saw the teacher introduced all of the students in the whole class. I was in, there were 2 classes. One class went into the other class's classroom. I went with my class into JoEllen Meyeroff's classroom, and she was introduced by her teacher with the whole class. I was 5 at the time. Her teacher's name is Mrs. Randall. Mrs. Randall is the one who had said the name JoEllen Meyeroff. And my teacher's name is Mrs. Plesko. And I don't remember if my name was announced because the point was we were in the other class's classroom. So to me, they were new. I don't know if they read our names to them, but JoEllen knows who I am because I was in the room. But I see it that way as me. How does she see it as herself? I can't say that. She's much older, and now she's 47 years old, and I'm 48 years old. I don't know if she affords that she is herself because That body is due to die out of its leverage. But she did crime to hold herself in leverage. That was malicious, and so did every student there. They're all consuming that she is herself. She's consuming that they're negligent, and I'm consuming that they don't identify myself as the soul. They don't know what that means to their own alive. They don't know how to death themselves. I'm consuming that. I do know how to death myself, and I'm going to death everybody who's not myself in my leverage, but that's because you didn't die in your own prejudice. I'm only saying that at the end. Why is there a public? The public is not to be dependent upon credit cards to survive until the end of time with their loitering problems. When they're loitering, they have credit card fraud. They're supposed to go into jail and prisons for very small crimes on their credit cards if they have them. You don't have to have a credit card. How did you come to have one? You do a small crime and you get out of your credit card because you're not myself. You're not supposed to have a credit card and run it happy for as long as alive is alive. I don't even have a credit card that way because you do that. And I am myself the soul. I would have a credit card because I'm the soul and you don't know who I am. That's how you would just say that has something to do with the posted price and that I'm the soul and that you are not myself. That's what the credit card is for me. If you're not myself, you don't have any witnessing on that you've been signatures on credit cards. Nobody knows who you are. That's why they run your credit card in a machine. They don't know who you are. You don't have a witness that you're doing that. You're supposed to say, this is not mine, with whichever way you come into contact with a credit card. You say, this is not mine, and you turn it in and you go to jail because it's not yours. But you have to have a reason that you would go to jail. That's what you need the credit card for. You need to find the reason that you would go to jail and discontinue to use the credit card, and you're removed from the credit card numbering, which is really a burden to yourself. You cannot afford that. That means that there are too many people in the public and you need to be out of the credit card number immediately, and you need witnessing to get you into jail. That to separate you from the credit card numbering is a messy problem that you are yourself. You can't afford to be in public. You're not supposed to run your credit card because you're waiting till the end of time. You need comfort. You need to buy things. You want food. You want clothes. You want to be happy. You want to walk around the mall in the crowds. You want to go to a lot of concerts and have a lot of fun. That's not what the credit card is, that you do everything in sight. The credit card is supposed to be something like you found you had a credit card number and that's not yours. It's not your name. How do you even know what the number is? Do you know what your credit card number is? Is anybody watching this video? Do you know what your credit card number is off the top of your head? Like you know your name? You can't afford a credit card because somebody would have told you what the number is. Did you know your name from your own self? Or did you know your name from that you were someplace? Did you hear somebody say your name? Yeah, but you don't hear them say your credit card number to yourself. Did God tell you did you wake up one morning and God told you in a dream and you woke up and you said, I know what my credit card number is. I'm going to apply for a credit card with my number. And they're going to tell me my name. Or what about applying for a credit card and saying, this is my number and this is my name. I want you to print out a plastic card for me and send it in the mail. I'll give you my address. They will not help you with that. Somebody is threatening you that you have a credit card number. That goes to jail as fast as you can get in. You have to fight to get in there. You have to turn in your crime lording of a small amount of purchase or crime on the money, and you turn in the money to the police and to the jail, and you get out of your credit card number. That means God has identified you that you stole something. You're not supposed to go on and on and on and on and steal because they run your credit card in a machine, but that means they don't know you. You're supposed to be afraid of that machine. That should be alarming to you, and that you should say no to that because you don't know what it is. You don't know where that's going. You don't know how your life is going to progress. You don't know how it's going to end because it's not your money. It's not your number. It's not your credit card number. It's not yours. It's a number. That means you have a fraud that somebody else gave you that number. Somebody else has that number. You don't know who has that number. Somebody died with that number. Somebody in a previous world died with that number. The numbers are used internationally. They say the numbers in foreign languages. You can't afford yourself. You must turn that credit card in to go to jail and get out of the credit card by that you're not in the public and in the banking anymore. You're in jail. And if you're in jail and you get out with bail, you have to go, but you have to fight the bail agents to go back into jail. You're fighting. Bail agents aren't there because they're going to help you to get to a house so that you could be like a realtor to a bail agent. You're supposed to fight with the bail agent that you belong in jail because you don't have any sort of money in public anymore. If they think you have money, you have to give them everything you have and go to jail and fight with them that they're going to go to jail with you. That they're not going to go on being professional bail agents, employees, and they don't work for you, or they work for you. They work for you until they lock you up. They don't work for you when you're locked up. When you get out, you don't have a death yet. Did you have an illegal alive shunt of yourself and you're still alive after that? That's how illegal you are. You have to fight with a bail agent that you are illegally alive everywhere you are and that you stay in the jail because that's how you're out of the banking. You're out of the traffic. The traffic is high-speed traffic. Who can afford it? Do you run your legs at 55 miles an hour? No, you can't be in high-speed traffic. You must be in jail. There's such a thing as the Autobahn in Germany, having to do with that there is no speed limit and the car goes as fast as it goes. You can fire a car in the Autobahn and the police are really not going to help you with that. You're not supposed to be in high-speed traffic. You don't belong in a car in the Autobahn. You don't belong in a car in high-speed traffic. You belong in jail. Can you see high-speed traffic? You go to jail. I stuttered because you are so far in the wrong. I'm saying it just to save myself. You didn't save yourself from what you did to me. Wow, you don't mind. I do. I have a small amount of crime on this body in comparison with what is going on in the world. But what you did to me was just, I find the spirit of yourselves around myself is just not acceptable divinity. You are to be executed and excommunicated from my formed world.